Hey YouTube. The last time that I was on here, I made a message for my ex. In the one, like, social media thing, they asked, when are you guys getting back together? I don't really know. I'm hoping sometime in the future. But right now we're just trying to go day by day. Like I said in the last video, it was very hard for not just me, but for him. Because we were together for nearly 5 years. That's a long time. Like that, I'm not gonna lie, that is the longest relationship I've had. Because I did not pick the guys very well. But Brandon, alright, so you guys know the story, or some of you know the story, or if you're new, I was in a 5-year relationship with a man named Brandon. He and I went to school together. He and I clicked. But not like relationship-wise right away. We started off as friends, you know. We would pick around and joke around and shit like that. And then we became best friends to the point where, like, we would call each other all the time, text each other, you know, FaceTime each other, whatever. And then as, like, months, not years, months started, like, came and gone, it started to develop into more of a relationship. We did start to get feelings for each other. And I'm glad that we did. Like, I'm glad I got the chance to be with him, because not just he was my best friend, but he was my everything. He still is. I can't even say was. He still is. He and I have been through hell and back with each other. The biggest thing that I said in my last video was he and my pap got along so well. And he was the first person that I really introduced to. I mean, besides my mom and my dad and my brother. I really didn't care if, you know, my brother and my dad met him, but I really wanted my pap and my gram and my mom to meet him. I'm kind of glad that he did meet my pap, because my pap and him would joke and pick and whatever. It was to the point where whenever he was at work and I was with my pap and gram, my pap's like, "Where's your boyfriend at?" "Gee, thanks, pap. You know, is your boyfriend coming over today?" Yes, Pap, you'll be over. Sadly, I do not have my Pap anymore. And he was there for that, and that's the biggest thing. Like, I'm really glad that, he was there for me with that. And then, about a year ago, it will be a year, I lost my dog, my baby girl. And he was there for me for that too. That was really hard. I've had that dog since she was a puppy. I've dropped that dog many times because she was a squirmy pup. She was a boxer, so of course she was very hyper. But he learned, like, he loved that dog. He did. The first time I brought Brandon home, Chloe went into mama mode. She was like protective. And then there was Sarge. Sarge and Brandon got along so well. It was funny. Sarge got a little too rough the one day. They were playing, Brandon was throwing the ball to him and everything, and Sarge went to pick up the ball and Brandon went to run after the ball as well to pick it up so he could throw it again. And Sarge turned around and wailed him in the head and ended up made his skull bleed a little bit. And it's like, oh my God. But, I sadly lost him as well 2 years ago on Chloe's birthday at that. But he was there for me for that too. So, yeah. Like I said, I'm really glad that I met him. I really am. I'm always gonna be there for him. Through thick and thin, he's stuck with me. Even if we're not together, he's stuck with me. Because he picked me up when I was drowning. And he picked me up out of that black hole that I was falling into. And now it's my turn to be there for him. But, yeah. So, that's my answer, People have asked me, when are you guys getting back together? When are you guys getting back together? Why did you guys break up? Blah, 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 blah. Because, it was a very hard thing to do, to break up. I cried over that boy, even before we got together. Because there was a time when he wasn't mine, and I wished and wished and wished and wished, prayed and prayed and prayed that boy would be mine. Well, which came true. On December 31st, 2016, actually, if you want to be technical, it was December 30th of 2016. I get a text message from him on the 30th saying, I love you. Are you sure you got the right person you're telling us to? Like, hello? Like, I'm not your girlfriend, but I did. I squealed like a fucking schoolgirl. I was smiling ear to ear. I had fucking butterflies in my gut. My chest was tight. Everything was like, I couldn't stop smiling. Um, but and then December 31st, 2016, I get a text message at 11:58 p.m. Will you go out with me? Yes. Again, just jumping for joy. I was like, oh my fucking God. My best friend told me he loved me and then just asked me out. Like, I seriously started to pinch myself because I thought I was fucking dreaming. But it was there. And it was great. I mean, granted, like, we were both scared on what it would do with our friendship because we have been friends for so long. I actually started talking to Brandon in 2015, but it wasn't a whole conversation. I was just, hi, how are you? Okay, bye. Like, it wasn't a conversation. So, like, I've known Brandon since 2015. But we didn't really start talking until I came back to Mifflinburg. But, wow. But, yeah. That's the story for the people who don't know it. But, yeah. So, I will keep you guys updated. If we decide to stay friends and work on whatever we need to work on, then okay. Like I said, I'm always going to be here for him, and I know he'll always be there for me. I'm not going to stop caring. I'm not going to stop loving him. I'm not going to stop missing him. I'm going to love that boy until the day I die, and even after. So, yeah. And if we decide to get back together sooner than later, I'll let you guys know that too. But until then, keep watching and like, comment, subscribe, share, and see y'all.